محمد نبينا بنور هدينا.
We make some savings.
Chairman of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, Barrister Abdullah Muhammad Mukhtar, says the commission was able to secure its new headquarters building in Abuja as a result of effective management of resources and improved internally generated revenue (IGR). He stated this while defending the Commission's 2018 budget of over 1.5 billion naira before the Senate Committee on Federal Character and Intergovernmental Affairs, headed by Senator Tijani Hayak Aura.
Our sources of funding the project was the savings of our operational budget of previous years. So we're able to prudently manage the resources that we have from the operational grant given to us by the government. We make some savings, and thereafter we apply to government that let us put this money into use to have a property of ours and move out from a rented property. In addition to that, we are able to use our initiative during the Hajj exercise to maximize our IGR, and that also helps us. So technically the government's overhead, capital provision only augments or assists us in acquiring the property.
The NAHCON boss added that the expenditure for 2018 would take care of staff salaries and the renovation of the Commission's newly acquired corporate headquarters.
محمد نبينا بنور هدينا.
Staff of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, have been sensitized by security experts on how to be security conscious while carrying out their duties. The sensitization exercise took place during a 5-day training workshop in Abuja. NAHCON organized the training in collaboration with the Department of Security Services, DSS. At the event, presentations on security issues were made by different resource persons.
If somebody like us now, we get to a parking lot in our office, and you see somebody, that person is just there, maybe you realize that it's not touching your car, it's not disturbing you, but you know it's a strange person. Instead of you accosting him, what are you doing there? What's your mission here? You ignore the person, you walk past. That means you are not conscious. You are not security conscious.
Your driver is as important as your family member. Don't see him as an outsider. Don't treat him like an outsider. Yes, there's restriction. Yes, agreed. But these people are very important. They can give out information about you. My Oga closes by so time and arrive home by so time.
Speaking at the event, NAHCON Chairman Barrister Abdullah Mukhtar Muhammad appreciated the resource persons for their contributions in different aspects of security, calling on participants to make use of it and be security conscious.
More importantly is be careful of what you do. Be worried and be careful of what you do. The presence or advancement of technology, everybody has smartphones, which are very dangerous. And that's why in some organizations now, they are becoming very sensitive. You go to work, they will ask you, go and put your smartphone, go and put your phone in a locker, lock it. Then you go to the office. Some organizations don't accept staff to go into their offices with phones anymore. Because now our phone has turned into a photocopier, scanning device.
At the end of the 5-day training workshop, participants were issued with certificates. Participants expressed delight for being part of the program, promising to put what they learned into practice.
All what we've not been aware of, we've learned it in this training. And I think it's going to be of good to us and NAHCON as a whole.
Security information management is very, very key, and it is apt because given by the nature of NAHCON, what we do, we are an interface of Nigeria and about 60 to 70,000 Nigerians and the foreign country, which is Saudi Arabia.
I've learned that I have to really keep some necessary information to myself, even not to divulge it to some family members. There are some information that they are not meant for unauthorized individuals.
NAHCON had in the past organized trainings for its staff on different aspects relating to their operations. In another development, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, says 90 out of the 144 companies evaluated have been declared successful and shortlisted to participate in the 2018 Hajj operations from the side of the tour operators. A statement by the Chief Media Relations Officer of the Commission, Malam Adamu Abdullahi, says the screening committee set up by NAHCON pre-qualified the 90 companies after meeting certain requirements which include past performance of a company, validity of IATA license, tax clearance and CAC certificates. The statement adds that the remaining 54 companies that did not scale through have the opportunity to appeal the outcome not later than 2nd of February 2018.
The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, urges all intending pilgrims from all states of the Federation to start installment payments of at least 300,000 naira monthly for this year's Hajj from November 2017 to March 2018.
The payments and registration should be made at respective state Muslim pilgrims welfare offices nationwide through the NAHCON online registration portal at www.nigeriahajcom.gov.ng free of charge. Therefore, no fee is required for any form for the 2018 Hajj registration at all, nor by the pilgrims registration officers of the state's board.
Payments could be made by bank draft or online platforms of the state pilgrims welfare offices, and receipt must be collected there and then. No cash payment to any person.
All intending pilgrims traveling through states Muslim pilgrims welfare agencies, boards, commissions, and those traveling using tour operators must know that the 2018 Hajj calendar requires that by March ending, all payments must have been concluded in Nigeria to finalize preparations against the May 2018 deadline for the closure of Saudi Hajj portal.
This message is from the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria.
Carrying out routine inspections and supervision of service providers is an integral part of the mandate of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON. It is in line with this that the Commission set up ad hoc committees during its 2018 pre-Hajj visit to Saudi Arabia to interact with service providers and determine whether or not they are qualified to be engaged to serve Nigerian pilgrims. NAHCON Head of Licenses, Alhaji Usman Liman, led the committee that met with the accommodation providers in Mecca.
License.
While inspecting the companies, the committee took into consideration the company's operation licenses, address or location of the company's offices, financial capacity, bank transactions and number of staff. Others are number of buildings and their capacity to accommodate pilgrims, as well as facilities and nearness to the haram.
Where? This is in Shar al-Hajj. This is new. What is the distance between here and haram?
This is around 4 kilo.
4 kilo.
Now we have car, bus.
We have bus, all.
Head of the committee, Alhaji Usman Liman, provides further information on the inspection tour.
The Commission is embarking on inspection of offices of caterers, offices of accommodation providers and the rest. This is what is expected, so that at least for once we will know the offices of those we are dealing with. Unlike in the past where you may not know the office of the person you are dealing with, so you will only call him and he will be there. I mean, he will come. You will not know where he stays. But this time around, we go to their offices, we see their offices, we see their staff, we look into their books and the rest, to make sure that they are truly established offices.
Alhaji Liman says the committee has inspected 36 companies out of the 38 that submitted their applications with NAHCON.
In preparations for 2018 Hajj, about 38 companies applied to provide accommodation for Nigerian pilgrims this year. And that currently the team has gone round to inspect, has gone around and inspected about 36 companies now, remaining 2 companies to conclude.
During the inspection, they also took note of the facilities to be used by tour operators. Alidu Shitu is the head of tour operators at NAHCON and member of the inspectorate committee. He explains more.
And the leadership of tour operators, since day 2, they are part of Nigerian contingent to the 2018 Hajj. The services to be provided by these service providers will also be enjoyed by the tour operators. So it's to afford them the opportunity to have first-hand information from these service providers, so that when they come back to Nigeria, they'll be able to give the message as they receive it from the original source in the kingdom to their members.
He also speaks on why NAHCON sets certain conditions to be met by service providers.
The share capital of the company is very, very important to the Commission because of the amount of money involved during Hajj. If you are giving your pilgrims to a company with maybe just 25,000 share capital, and this company at the end of the day will be giving a number of pilgrims, and at the end of the day, millions of riyal will be paid to such a company with just 25,000 share capital. You can see the disparity.
Already in Medina, where NAHCON is fully responsible for pilgrims' accommodation, the Commission board members, led by Nigerian Consul General in Jeddah, Ambassador Muhammad Yunusa, had carried out inspections of accommodation facilities and also negotiated costs with property owners. This was done immediately after returning from the stay in Mina and Arafat. The Commission did this in order to sustain the lodging of Nigerian pilgrims in the Markaziyya area.
Our main focus today is to ensure that we secure and maintain the accommodation we used in 2017 Hajj against 2018, and if possible, get a reduction of the rate, if possible.
NAHCON's regulations and reforms on the involvement of various service providers in Hajj and Umrah activities have raised the standards of tour operators, accommodation and catering service providers from briefcase companies to full-fledged companies with verifiable addresses, bank accounts, adequate share capital and qualified staff to carry out their activities. The Inspectorate Committee is expected to submit its findings to NAHCON for further actions.
The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, urged all intending pilgrims to seek knowledge on how to perform Hajj and Umrah in order to attain the desired results. To achieve this, NAHCON directs all the pilgrims' welfare boards and agencies as well as tour operators to organize enlightenment programs for all the intending pilgrims from date of payment to commencement of operations. It is your right to be educated on how to perform Hajj and Umrah. For more information, visit guide.nigeriahajcom.gov.ng or send an email to info@nigeriahajcom.gov.ng. This message is brought to you by the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON.
محمد نبينا بنور هدينا.
When proceeding on Hajj, it is expected that pilgrims must know how to perform the various rites of the Hajj as laid down by Islam. And by extension, they must also understand the type of Hajj they want to perform.
Hajj and its performance.
On Hajj Talk this week, Imam Sharafuddin Abdul Salam Aliaga is our guide in discussing the types of Hajj available for pilgrims.
Hajj and its performance has been classified into three. We have three types of Hajj. It is a common one. Number one, we have Ifrad. Ifrad, we have Qiran, and the third one we have Tamattu. Whoever perform Ifrad is referred to as Mufrid. Whoever perform Qiran is referred to as Qarin. Whoever perform Tamattu is referred to as Mutamattu.
What is Hajj Ifrad?
Ifrad is the one who observe Ihram with intention of performing only Hajj without Umrah. You understand? This person will not perform Umrah at all throughout the 3 months of Hajj period. Such a person will only have one singular intention of performing Hajj. And this is mostly observed by people around Saudi Arabia, people living in Mecca, in Medina, in Jeddah, and the surroundings, where one can easily travel by road. All those areas are required to perform Ifrad. Though other places, people come from other places can perform it, but it's majorly for those living around Mecca and Medina. Ifrad means having the intention of performing only Hajj without Umrah during the period of Hajj. So, and that's going to be the intention. For example, if someone is performing Ifrad, you say, Allahumma labbaika thumma labbaika hajjan.
How can a pilgrim perform Hajj Qiran?
Qiran is called accompanying Hajj. Accompanying Hajj. That is Umrah that will go along with Hajj. That is Qiran, combining the two together. That is Hajj and Umrah. So at the miqat, where every pilgrim is required to observe Ihram, such a person will have the intention of performing both Hajj and Umrah at the same time without tahallul. When you are performing Qiran, the intention is labbaika hajjan wa umratan. So I answer your call to perform Hajj and Umrah together.
On Hajj Tamattu, Imam Ali Agon says pilgrims are to perform Hajj and Umrah but not combined. On reaching Miqat, a pilgrim is to declare intention, put on Ihram, reciting the Talbiyah until they arrive Mecca.
When you get to Mecca, you go for Tawaf. When you finish Tawaf, you observe 2 rakah. After observing 2 rakah at Maqam Ibrahim, possible for you, then you drink Zamzam and you go for Sa'i, you be in a Safa wal Marwa. Movement between Safa and Marwa. Then you cut down your hair or you shave it completely. Then you perform Umrah. And that is Hajj Tamattu, because after that one, after shaving, then you get out of Ihram and relax. That relaxation is the enjoyment they are talking about. That you will be free to move about, do so many other things until the 8th of Dhul Hijjah. So on the 8th of Dhul Hijjah, in your hotels, in your house, in your room, you take the bath, have your intention, put on your Ihram clothes, and proceed to Mina. You understand? To go and pass the night. Then you proceed to Arafah on the 9th of Dhul Hijjah. So there's no need of going back to Miqat. All of them.
In a summary, Ifrad is Hajj without Umrah. Qiran stands for Hajj and Umrah combined without break in Ihram. And Tamattu is Hajj and Umrah with break in Ihram. Are these 3 types of Hajj optional to pilgrims?
All the 3 are optional. All the 3 types of Hajj are depending on your program, your time, where you are living, where you are coming from, and how you wish to program yourself for the Hajj.
However, the Islamic scholar advised Nigerian pilgrims to opt for Tamattu because of its advantages.
Tamattu seems to be the most comfortable of all. You understand? It attracts more reward. It relaxes the pilgrim who have the intention of tamattu. Because the one who observe Tehran will remain in the Ihram cloth, will not be free, and he must not commit anything that will vitiate his Hajj. Otherwise, he will be penalized. So, but the one who is observing tamattu, once you are done with Umrah, you are free. You relax. You do everything you see, anybody can do. If you have your wife, you are free. You can move about. You put on the normal clothes. You do everything humanly and Islamically free and halal for you.
Imam Ali Aga also stated that pilgrims must perform the compulsory rites in all the 3 types of Hajj.
Number 1 is Ihram. Ihram is majorly obligatory. At-Tawaf is majorly obligatory. Al-Wukuf bi Arafah, standing on the mountain or around the mountain of Arafah, is also obligatory. So there's none of the 3 that do not comprise these three affirmations of the compulsory of Hajj.
Apart from these major ones, pilgrims, when opting for any 3 types of Hajj, are expected to pelt the Jamra, shave their hair, among others. For pilgrims performing Qiran and Tamattu, they are required to offer sacrifice of animals, but those doing Ifrad are exempted.
The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, urges all intending pilgrims from all states of the Federation to start installment payments of at least 300,000 naira monthly for this year's Hajj from November 2017 to March 2018.
The payments and registration should be made at respective state Muslim pilgrims welfare offices nationwide through the NAHCON online registration portal at www.nigeriahajcom.gov.ng, free of charge. Therefore, no fee is required for any form for the 2018 Hajj registration at all, nor by the pilgrims registration officers of the state's board.
Payments could be made by bank draft or online platforms of the state pilgrims welfare offices, and receipt must be collected there and then. No cash payment to any person.
All intending pilgrims traveling through states Muslim pilgrims welfare agencies, boards, commissions, and those traveling using tour operators must know that the 2018 Hajj calendar requires that by March ending, all payments must have been concluded in Nigeria to finalize preparations against the May 2018 deadline for the closure of Saudi Hajj portal.
This message is from the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria.
والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك